Spanish Hills subdivision, where just moments ago we were looking at your live picture, yet another home being completely destroyed by flames.
Unfortunately so, Erica. Yes, this is just south of Boulder Road near 60th, and you can see off in the distance there another home going up in flames, a rather large home in the Spanish Hills area. It's just been burning now for about the last 10 to 15 minutes. It's some of the area where we saw some thick, dark smoke just a short time ago. It's one of, probably 4 to 5 homes that you can see from this area just south of Boulder Road. And what we have seen here in the last 10 minutes or so is those winds have died down. We've seen a number of first responders with flashing lights, not necessarily firefighters, but police officers go into this area to try to make sure that everyone has evacuated. Talk with a gentleman here who just evacuated here. His home is just south of the road. He just evacuated a few minutes ago. He grabbed some artwork and some other personal belongings and headed out. There are other people who keep their horses in this area. All their animals and their livestock were evacuated earlier today. There's one young lady who just came up here right now who boards a horse in this area. This is just unimaginable what we are seeing out here tonight, just with flames and smoke everywhere in the middle of a city.
Yes, it's really unimaginable. Unfortunately, we had to evacuate all of our horses, but we were able to evacuate them safely, and we were also fortunate enough to evacuate the neighbors next to where that burning fire is in the distance.
So you know some of the people who live back here in this subdivision, unfortunately.
I wouldn't say I know them personally, but on this Oakley farm, they do. And so this is really unfortunate because this is open space as well as people who have lived here for a really long time.
Yeah, I think it's unfortunate why some of these flames are burning and spreading as much as they are. As you're right, it is open space. There's a lot of extremely dry grassland in this area. We haven't had a lot of moisture for a while. You keep nodding your head. Yes, yeah. Describe how dry it was in this area.
Well, it's been extremely dry. We haven't seen snow like we should at this time of year. So being that it's so dry and we haven't seen that much snow, it's just inevitable that this would be like it is.
When you helped some of the people evacuate earlier today, can you describe the scene? What was going through your mind, and what was it like seeing people just rush out of here?
Well, I mean, everybody worked together as a team, so it wasn't, thankfully, it wasn't too much panic at the time because the fires were just a little ways away. But you could tell when one of the mansions caught on fire that people started to get a little bit more urgency in them, and some of the horses wouldn't load, but we all worked together and we were able to get them going.
Were there a lot of people leaving this area, and what time today was that?
That was probably closer to 2, between 2 to 3:30 is what I would say. And people were here for hours. There were a lot of spectators on the side of the road, which were trying to observe the fire, so it made it more chaotic. However, we all seem to work together. Just hope that not a lot of people are in harm's way.
Yeah, they said just an update tonight, and we talked with Sheriff Joe Pelly. They don't know of anyone who has gotten severely hurt or may have gotten caught up in the fire. They may not know until tomorrow if they can get a better view, but it looks like a lot of people, as you described, heeded these evacuation warnings when they saw this fire and they saw the wind. And I mean, you just described this right now. It is surreal to see, 1, 2, 3, 4 homes on fire in your backyard.
Yeah, it is extremely surreal. Even up the road, South Boulder Road towards Table Mesa, there's a couple of people starting to evacuate. So it's really unfortunate. But as somebody described, his name was Harisho, who was overseeing the farm, said that the people and the families and the horses and everyone that's saved, these are just materialistic things. As unfortunate as it is, if everyone is at least safely out, that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that certainly is what we hope and pray for tonight. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us. Thank you for helping people evacuate this area earlier today. And you heard her describe it was about 2 to 3 o'clock when a lot of the people here in the Spanish Hills area started to evacuate. That would have been about 2 to to 3 hours after this fire started. But as we know, with the winds earlier today, just extremely strong, no one here thought the fire would ever get to this point and jump a number of roads. But this is open space area. There's a lot of grassland. You're seeing some of that grassland burn tonight, and unfortunately, you're also seeing about 3 to 4 homes burn as well. And we hope and pray everyone in this subdivision was able to go ahead and get out. If we look off to the right now, it looks like maybe some firefighters have moved into this area. There looks like that's definitely maybe a police or a sheriff's car, but off in the distance there may be some firefighters. The winds have significantly died down here on South Boulder Road near 60th Street, and that is going to make a huge difference for the firefighters who can go ahead and get out here in this area and try to get these flames out, put some water on them, and finally put an end to this fire and try to stop putting out more pre-evacuation orders right now. But you see some of these flames picking up, and they are burning straight up in the air, which means that wind, at this point, it has virtually died down to almost nothing. The smoke blowing just a little bit in that area. Try to give you an idea. It looks like is that firefighter out there? Firefighter out there. He's taking a look at the fire. Not sure if they're going to get, if they have a tanker truck with them. Not sure what the water situation is here for the fire hydrants and having water in that area, or if they have to truck their own water in right now. But you see them kind of taking a look at this and seeing, kind of surveying the area to see, how much more is going to burn in this area, if it's worth even trying to put out these flames. We've seen a couple of homes near here within 20 or 30 yards already burn. Not sure what exactly would still be standing in that area, but it's just one of the things they're going to do tonight in these areas that are still burning. They'll take a good look at the flames and see, is it worth going ahead and trying to put our efforts into this, or are there other areas that are going to make a big difference? But bottom line, Jeremy and Erica, it is just a surreal and eerie feeling out here tonight. It is extremely quiet for this time of day. It feels like the middle of the night, but it's not. And you just see flame after flame and home after home on fire. Though, again, good news. At this moment, the winds have died down. Firefighters are out here getting ready to do their jobs.
Yeah, man, and I wanted to